From the author of Minstrel, a strange and unusual romance and spellbound, a darker shade of black comes the legendary imaginative. Pick up the conclusion of the Minstrel trilogy in paperback and e-readers this Halloween. I had to take a look at a calendar to make sure it was still 2017 and not 1917 after watching ABC's new sitcom, The Mayor. After watching ABC's new sitcom, The Mayor, I clearly saw a minstrel show go on right before my very eyes. ABC's new sitcom, The Mayor, is so racist, it's just not funny. And what's sad about ABC's new minstrel show, The Mayor, is that no one in this so-called Afro-American Negro community is going out of their way to go protest it in the same way they took a knee after Donald Trump made his statements about the NFL. As I see it right now, more people need to go after liberal Disney about this mayor show than they should be about this Donald Trump and the NFL. Because when it comes down to this show goes out of its way to breathe brand new life into old stereotypes, and this show is a complete affront and insult to black men. As a black man watching this show, I was completely offended and completely disgusted at the way they presented this Courtney character on screen. Because this Courtney character, who's supposed to come from a single mother household, from a teen mother, is not running for mayor because he cares about the quality of life of the people in his community. No, he's running for mayor because he wants to become a more popular rapper, and he wants to be able to perform in a club that he couldn't get into before he ran for mayor. And this Courtney character bumbles and stumbles his way into a political debate and then eventually wins the mayor of the local municipality he's in. And that's a complete, again, slap in the face to many of us educated working class brothers out here who understand politics and go out of our way to understand the issues that go on in our community. As an educated black man myself, I know what the role of a mayor is. I know that the mayor is the executive branch of a local municipality. I know that he signs laws, and I know that he works on enforcing policies in the community that the mayor lives in. And we didn't see any sort of political awareness with this coon, Courtney, on this show. All this character was there for was to present the whole idea that black men are incompetent and incapable of being leaders in their own community, and that they're so stupid that they need the help of a friendly white person. And guess who the friendly white person in this show is? That's right, it's a white female. And this white female is supposed to be helping this Courtney character to run the municipality and do everything for him because he's too stupid to do things for himself. And as I saw him interact with this white female, it reminded me of Shirley Temple tap dancing with Al Jolson in that 1930s movie. That's how bad this was. It was literally watching this black male buck dance and bojangle over the course of 30 minutes. And in some ways, it reminded me of an old Amos and Andy episode I watched many years ago right here on YouTube. And in that episode, Andy is running for mayor, and he's so dumb that he doesn't even know how to do anything. And it's really sad to see the image of black men brought back down to this level, and no one in the black community even bats an eye. That's how sad a state of affairs things are in this black community regarding the image of black men. Because I look at this mayor show, and this mayor show is a complete slap in the face to every black man out here. As I looked at the opening scene, we have this Afro-American Negro Shawn on this show talking to a pair of Air Jordan tennis shoes. That's a complete insult to the intelligence of every black man out here and breathes brand new life into a stereotype that black men are so stupid that they literally worship a pair of sneakers. That black men only live to live for things like being a popular rapper more than being concerned about their own community. And that this guy is so irresponsible that he gets a permit to clean up a so-called common area in his community, and he doesn't think to delegate the task to let somebody else hold that permit. And then when the police come, you would think, again, if this is an event that the mayor is hosting, the police department would be informed and would be trying to secure that event. That's how stupid the writing is on this show, that they don't even understand local politics. If your mayor is attending an event, no matter what it is, and no matter how quickly it's set up, there is going to be security around that mayor. The police department is going to know where the mayor is. That's how dumb this show is, and that's how much of a slap in the face it is to the intelligence, of black men. That this black male mayor does not have any sort of relationship with his police department, his police commissioner, or his chief of police to have them know that he has an event going on. And the police are going to come and shut down his event while he's rapping at some club, but they're not going to know that the mayor has this event going on. That again is a slap in the face to the intelligence of black men. And as I watched this show, they made the point where everything that this guy was so stupid that he needed this white female to teach him how to do his job. And he's so stupid, he doesn't even understand that the mayor is a mayor for 4 years. If that's not an insult, I don't know what is. This entire show is a minstrel show, plain and simple. It is a slap in the face to all black men out there. It is a show that literally goes out of its way to insult black men out there. And it's a show that goes out of its way to present a middle finger right in the face of every black man out there. And every black man out there really needs to go out here and start writing letters to Disney and ABC regarding this vulgar and completely offensive show. And they need to go out of their way to start boycotting ABC and all of its programming, because this minstrel show is a complete affront to black men. I thought Empire was the worst minstrel show I ever saw. I thought Scandal was a pretty bad minstrel show. And I thought many of Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry's films were utterly and completely degrading to black people. But just when I thought I hit the bottom with Empire as related to these modern day minstrel shows, the mayor takes a shovel and digs an even deeper hole to degrade the image of black men out there. And the sad part is, most black men are taking this lying down while they sit there and take this knee over Donald Trump, instead of standing up and demanding better of these corporations regarding the black male image. They can sit there and say, oh, passively we gave you a black sitcom, but aggressively they go out of their way to put the most degrading and insulting images regarding black men on screen. Everything about this mayor is a complete insult to every black man out there, and it breathes brand new life into old stereotypes and reinforces negative images about black men not being responsible enough to care for their community, not being capable of protecting their community, and not being smart enough to know what the needs of their community are. As I watched this guy bumble and stumble in that debate, it was really sad to see that you couldn't show us a black man who was from the streets but had enough smarts to be able to hold his own with these white people. No, he had to be some sort of bumbling idiot who somehow stumbled his way into saying what was right, not being able to articulate a point in the way I am in this video. And that this guy could not be somebody we could laugh with in a situation. He was somebody we were supposed to laugh at. And that's what really makes me angry about this so-called sitcom. We're not laughing with this Mayor Courtney. We're laughing at this Mayor Courtney. And these white racists made this show so they could find a way to laugh at a nigger and not know that he's being laughed at. Well, I'm telling you, this is not comedy, because we're laughing at this black man, and we're laughing at him because he presents the image that white racists want to see regarding black people, not who we actually are. As a comedy writer, I know how to write comedy that presents a positive image of African Americans and a positive image of African American men, because I wrote 13 episodes of a sitcom called All About Nikki, which featured a young black girl who was living in Beverly Hills, who was having a relationship with her father, who was a wealthy man who was responsible and capable of caring for his family and leading his family. I went out of my way to go out and write a positive image of African American men with this All About Nikki sitcom I wrote back in 2011. And what's sad about it is I had people all over the world buying copies of that ebook and enjoying it, but your ABC thinks that this is the kind of comedy people want to see. No, this is not the type of comedy people want to see. People would rather watch an All About Nikki, which features positive images of African Americans and an African American family, but your ABC wants to push an agenda and then say that they're pushing diversity when all they're doing is promoting the same white supremacy and racism that they accuse Donald Trump of. They'll sit there and say Donald Trump is a racist, and yes, your Donald Trump is a racist and a white supremacist, but your liberals at Disney are even worse racist than your Donald Trump. And they show it with this ABC sitcom, The Mayor. With the presentation of this mayor, these liberals and SJWs over at Disney and many of these liberal left-leaning companies show the world how they view black people and how much contempt they have for black people with this sitcom. Everything in this show is so racist, it's not funny, and it shows how little talent the people at ABC have regarding creating black sitcoms. Because when I look at this minstrel show and I compare it to that minstrel show Blackish, this minstrel show takes us all the way back to the days of Amos and Andy, to the days of the Beulah Show, and to the days of blackface that was a part of vaudeville. Only we don't have white people putting on blackface. We have Afro-American Negroes here in the 21st century going out of their way to degrade themselves on this minstrel show, getting laughed at and not understanding what comedy truly is. If you want to see some great African American comedy and read some great African American comedy, I urge you to pick up my book, All About Nikki, the Fabulous First Season, and the other All About Nikki books on Amazon.com. And if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.